live.
We're live.
Live.
I'm going to double check Facebook. I hope that the quality is better this week.
Yeah, we can bring a little bit here. Let me see.
Oh, look! We're on the internet. It's going. It's so cool. It looks better than with Jordan that week. Oh, sorry, Jordan.
We love you, Jordan.
Welcome to Happy Hour. There's people online. No, there's not. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, well, welcome to Happy Hour. Today I have the very talented and awesome Andrew Wiscombe, and I'm so excited. We were just talking about how I don't even remember the last time that I saw you in person in real life.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was at that show at the Stateroom.
That probably was the last time.
With Mary Gaucher and
Yep.
Jamie Harris,
Yep.
which I was just talking about. Anyway, I think that might have been the last time I saw you.
Yeah.
And you were playing, and that's like
Yeah.
usually the case is we're always playing and never get to hang out. So.
The story of musicians, right?
Right, exactly. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
And yeah, are you going to play at the garage tonight after this?
That was the plan. Some things might have changed, but I'm going to go see. So
You're going to see about it? Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, thanks for putting me into the schedule.
Yeah.
Oh, yay. We're live. People are tuning in. Awesome. Cool. So today we're going to be drinking Painkillers. That's the cocktail of choice. We want something fruity and delicious. I've never made these before, so we're going to just kind of wing it. And,
Sweet.
I mean, there's pineapple juice and coconut, cream of coconut. I mean,
It's got to be good.
it's got to be good. So we'll get into it.
Sweet.
I left the ice inside. Jeez Louise. It's like
Nice.
I've never done this before. 1 second.
Ice. Ice, ice, baby. Smells delicious.
It's the second time I've forgotten the ice on this show. So it's fine. Okay. We're going to put some ice in this cup. I washed my hands. Is it okay if I just
Yeah.
use my hands?
Even if you didn't, I'd be okay.
There's rum in it, so it's going to be fine, right?
Yep.
Okay. We're going to put some ice in there. We're going to put some ice in our glasses.
Sweet.
Cool. Is the ice bucket? Nope, Patty, that's not for you. Get out of there.
Oh, Patty.
Oh, Patty's not feeling so good
Is
today.
Patty named after Patty Griffin?
She is.
That's what I assumed as much.
You betcha.
Good namesake.
All right, so I'm gonna just try and make two at the same time.
Yeah.
This has never worked for me in the past, making two drinks at the same time, but we're gonna do it anyway.
Let's do it. Yep.
All right, so we're gonna put in some rum. I'm gonna measure it just because I can, but we'll put in a little extra.
Nice.
We're not on the bar.
Nothing wrong with that.
We'll do like 1.5 shots for us to share. Is that good?
Sounds good to me.
More? Less? Good? Solid?
Sounds good. Perfect.
Okay, great. Rum. Step 1, rum. Step 2, we're going to do some pineapple juice that I stole from my job.
Man.
It's okay. They like me over there. I'm going to just do it all.
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with pineapple juice.
Orange juice. So this is fresh squeezed. Not to be fancy, but because I forgot to go to the store and I had an orange, so I was like, well, that will
So
work.
you're fancy out of
Out of
necessity.
accident. Okay, we'll do some of that. And then some cream of coconut, the good stuff right here. It looks gross.
Ah, sludge.
This might be really
That'd be
too
awesome.
full for this, but
It's gonna be perfect.
I hope it doesn't leak.
That's a nice shaker.
All right, and then we just shake it up. So we have this orange rum. Easy. It's frosty on the outside. You know it's good. And we're going to strain a glass with ice, which is what we have here.
Perfect.
Ooh. You can get the lid off, even better. Awesome. The cream of coconut is not blending well. Oh, it looks...
Actually, it looks really, really good.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good.
Ooh.
I had Painkillers once in South Carolina. Get this. It was like a bar side. Oh, look, they turned out perfect.
Oh, like on the beach where they got the...
Yeah, but they were slushies. So they had this big slushy machine,
Yeah.
and they just put a handle of rum inside of it.
Oh, man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
That's money.
That's real good.
Really, really good.
Yeah. But yeah, so you would get your big giant slushy of a Painkiller in a styrofoam cup and like run out the back door to the beach and just drink cocktails on the beach.
Nice.
You're not supposed to do that, but we did it anyway.
That's what you're going to do when you're there, right?
You got a little pina colada right
Oh, I'm sure.
You got it.
When you got... My mustache is out of control right now.
All right. Welcome. Kenneth is tuned in. Mike Thornbrew is tuned in.
Hey, Mike.
He says, why do you always look like you need a bath?
It's true, Mike. It's true.
Hey, we're all friends here. Anyway, so you have a choice now. You can either start us off or close it out. If you need a minute to collect yourself, or if you're like raring to go.
I can start us out.
All
Sure.
right, start
Why
us
not?
out. Play
Why
us
not?
a tune. I haven't
Sweet.
gotten to see you play in such a long time. I'm so
Sweet.
excited.
So this is a...
God, that's so good.
So this is a newer one that I wrote. Probably make the next record, I guess. And it's... I think we all have times in our life when we struggle with loving and accepting ourselves, where it's hard to find the beauty in ourselves.
Yeah.
And I've definitely had a lot of those times, you know, post-military and other things that really I didn't appreciate the person that I was at the time. So I wrote this song to tackle with some of those feelings. It's called Alone With You. Wish that you could sleep like when you were a kid. Carefree summer days on a lazy river's bed. But that childhood lives in pictures, and that water ain't so blue. And it's killing me to be alone with you. And you beat yourself for battles you have won and you have lost. And you beat yourself for coins you never tossed. Sticks and stones break different bones than scales and mirrors do. And it's killing me to be alone with you. Wish that you could feel the look that others gave when morning broke through curtains drawn, a midnight kiss remained. But you haven't felt a warm embrace since fair words rang true. And it's killing me to be alone with you. And you beat yourself for battles you have won and you have lost. And you beat yourself for coins you never tossed. Sticks and stones break different bones than scales and mirrors do. And it's killing me to be alone with you. You can hate yourself for winter. You can hate yourself for fall. You can hate yourself for anything at all. You can say goodnight to family. You can say goodbye to friends. But you can't escape the one inside your skin. And you beat yourself for battles you have won and you have lost. And you beat yourself for coins you never tossed. Sticks and stones break different bones than scales and mirrors do. And it's killing me to be alone with you. Yeah, it's killing me to be Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Nick Nash says, such a great song.
Hi, Nick.
Michael Emler is watching from Delaware, Ohio, which is a confusing place.
That's my white trash buddy.
Delaware or Ohio. Confusing.
Definitely an Ohio boy.
Oh no, pick down.
Michael, I was playing a show in Cleveland, and he was there, and he was playing Bob Dylan for me and stuff. We got along really well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, good guy.
That's always a good thing. I didn't get to tune my guitar, and we did half a vocal warm up. We will see. Maybe the internet will just crash, and none of it will matter. We'll see. I wrote down on this pink post-it note some songs to play, but I don't really know. I feel like I'm going to deviate from that plan. But I'm going to start off with this song I wrote for my niece. And my sister and brother-in-law, and they just took off to Michigan to go see my brother-in-law's parents for a couple months. And so I'm like, oh, I'm going to miss some birthdays and stuff. But anyway, I got to hang out with my niece the other day before they left, and she's 7, and she just took up skateboarding. Mm-hmm. And she's been skateboarding for like 2 months, and we went to the skate park, and it was like her and like a bunch of high school kids, and she was just like doing this one like whoop-de-doo thing, and she just went back and forth on it for like 2 hours.
Aww.
And she's like not giving up, and I was in her little pink helmet and her purple knee pads, and then there's just high school kids everywhere.
Yeah.
And she's just like, she can turn, she can do all the things. I'm like, she's so much better at this than I ever was. Like,
wow.
I had a brief stint of longboarding when I was in high school, and I ended up in the ER, and so I didn't longboard very much. Anyway, so she's much more badass than I am. Just kind of a given. This song is called Grace, and I wrote this for her. Hear the wishes on a dandelion before the breeze blows them away. Hear the dew on a spider web, silver and gold mosaic. You're the kind of fragile treasure that I can't keep to myself. Color in the sunset, in a constant state of change, surprising and delighting, and always worth the wait. I can tell you how to be, like I could tell the stars to shine. Wish I could save you from all the trouble this life's gonna put you through. All I can promise is I'll always be here. You're a white hot lightning bolt, striking in every way. As bright as you are cold, even the thunder has nothing to say. But only Thank you.
I like working around those capos, how you're...
Yeah.
I would not be able to do that.
Oh, I bet you could.
I would screw that up big
The
time.
thing about it is it's really easy to not screw up, which is why I do it.
I'd knock it off with my fat fingers or something. The higher capo for sure. That's beautiful. I'm sure someday she'll
Yeah,
just love that so much. You know, she probably does now if she's heard it, but you know.
I think it's funny. I played it at a show recently this summer, and I always introduced it about being about my niece, and she was sitting in the corner just like not paying attention.
Oh
She's
yeah.
like, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, you're 7. That's what you do.
Totally.
Yeah.
7, you said?
She's 7.
Yeah.
She'll be 8 in November. So.
Yeah. Oh, they're so fun.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe she's almost 8. It's craziness.
Life is you know, even during the coronavirus, it feels like it's kind of sped along a little bit. Like in some ways, it's been slow but quick in others. Like
yeah, because how is it already late September right now? Like, where did summer go? Like, what happened?
You know, I think I was handling the quarantine stuff and everything okay. You know, I kept a level head. But now that we are homeschooling a kindergartner because he can't go to school, this damn virus better fix itself quick because I'm going to be childless here soon. Man.
Oh, man.
Me and Michelle are just like, oh my gosh.
That is. What crazy adaptations we're all having to make for this, but, you know.
Yeah, it's...
Tell me about your Waterloo. Where did you pick that fine piece of craftsmanship up?
So I talked to some people at, you know, Waterloo is made by Collings in Austin, Texas. And I saw it, really, really liked it, and I contacted the guy. I said, hey, I'm a, you know, singer-songwriter based out of Utah, and blah, blah, blah. And anyways, I ended up getting sponsored because I'm left-handed and stuff to, you know.
Nice.
So it was really good, and it's been a great guitar. It's kind of been taken it quite a few places now. I've had it, you know, for a bit, but it's
beautiful. I love it.
I really like the parlor for a little guy like me, you know, and it works for my sound, but you know.
Yeah, it suits your finger picking style nicely. I think we were talking right before this. He was asking me about my guitar, and like I don't really finger pick, so I feel like for me, like I like the Gibson, like full, like warm tone, but for like your style of music, you always remind me, by the way, of Hiss Gold Messenger.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, like every time they come on, I'm like, is this Andrew? Oh no, it's Hiss Gold Messenger. So.
They're he's one of my favorites. I for sure love him. So
yeah,
if you hear Influence, that's probably it's probably there for sure.
Anyway.
This is a tune I wrote. So I had a lot of changes in my life in the past few years. And I think on our quest for happiness and peace, sometimes we find things out or we do things in our life that drive some of the people that were in our life previously or kind of put a wedge between it. And it's not like... It's not a purposeful thing. You want to keep all these relationships, but sometimes people change and they have to do things for themselves. And sometimes we have to be the director of our own life. You know, we have to make those decisions. And so I thought about that, and I wrote this song called Share the Silver Screen about that. And it's the last song on on the record I released in April. April? Yes, April. So...
What's the name of that record?
Strangest Congregations.
That has like it's like a watercolor front.
Yeah.
I like the art on that.
Her name's Giada Rose, and I think she's in Kentucky, maybe. But I saw her work through, do you know Fur Foxen? Do you know?
Mm-hmm. I know them, yeah.
Yeah. So they had one of their album covers done from her, and I got looking at her stuff. I was like, oh, goodness.
Cool.
So I got to use that one, and I really liked it. So.
Cool. All right, lay that.
Chicken Legs House. Will you dare to make a drama, 'cause you live for tragedy, and we are all just B-list actors in this role you wish to lead. Some have played the part so well, I sang that song. But this movie set is mine, so find another move along. 'Cause you live in black and white, where there's always wrong and right. And I live in Technicolor, where the profane sees the light, where the words aren't always clean, and the jokes border obscene. Where we all sit in directors' chairs and share the silver screen. Does it hurt to read the script that was inked without your pen? And does it hurt to look upon me through your ever-righteous lens, when the crew ignores your prompts, when your actions unfulfilled? But that headache's yours to own, so go and find yourself a pill. 'Cause you live in black and white, where there's always wrong and right. And I live in Technicolor, where the profane sees the light, where the words aren't always clean, and the jokes border obscene. Where we all sit in directors' chairs and share the silver screen. White, where there's always wrong and right. And I live in Technicolor, where the profane sees the light, where the words aren't always clean, and the jokes border obscene. Where we all sit in directors' chairs and share the silver screen. Where we all sit in directors' chairs and share the silver screen.
I love a good extended metaphor like that. Like,
yeah.
Those are fun songs to write, because I feel like you get, I don't know, when I write songs like that, you like dig into, you have so many options when you just go down that metaphor path. Anyway.
Yeah, you know, kind of like silver screen. You think of the old movie pictures and this, and on the record, I wanted to play that out. So we're sitting in there, and I'm talking with the engineer and the guy who's helping me produce, and I said, it needs a tuba. And he said, what? And I said it needs a tuba, and I explained I wanted like the old flapper girl type vibe with these, and we did it. We figured out this arrangement, you know, where it's
like old-timey feeling.
Where it's old-timey, and we ran it through a filter where it sounds, you know, I don't know, because you want to capture that, you know, the idea of that. So
oh, that's cool. That's
yeah.
awesome. Well, way to see it through all the way to production. That's really cool. That's a good idea. I'm going to lock that away if that ever comes up.
There you go.
Take the extended metaphor straight through it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play a song that's not on my list, because I'm gonna play an extended metaphor song that I wrote.
Perfect.
And also it's my, like, I don't know, I feel like it's my favorite song right now, so I'm just gonna play it.
That's great.
I have like two favorites. So.
There you go.
But yeah, this is my extended metaphor. I wrote this in April, I believe, around then, and it's called These Four Walls, and it's not about quarantine, but I did write it during quarantine about being inside my house. But this one I wrote about, so my last relationship, my partner had depression, right? And I've been practicing this intro because I feel like I'm getting better at like telling it without getting like too emotional,
Sure.
which is like really important.
Yeah.
But one of the things I learned through that process of breaking up was, mental health is it's like a big deal, right? We can all agree, like it's a big deal. But for me, like I spent a lot of time trying to help him out and make sure that he was okay. And he was struggling, and while doing so, I like sidelined my own mental health. And so after the breakup, like it was more than just like a normal breaking up and like, separating your possessions and whatnot.
Yeah.
There was a lot of unpacking that I had to do. So the song it took months to gestate and finally get to the point where I could write it. And I didn't know how I was going to write it. And so it's this metaphor about like being inside my house. Anyway, but it's about like getting back to the place before.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't even know if before, because I feel like, we grow and we change as we get older and stuff, and so these experiences change us. But so maybe before, there's a lot of wisdom that came out of that experience, but at the same time, it's like there's parts that I lost, so it was like getting those pieces back. But anyway, the song is called These Four Walls.
I really love some of your transitions with chords.
Ben Weiss told me that bridge was rude.
I loved it. It's so good. Like
he was like, musically, it's rude because he's like, I don't know what your changes are going to be. Anyway.
Yeah. No, they're surprising, which is so good because I think, like me, I get stuck in, the 1 to the 4. I just, but it's like with yours, there's a lot of surprise surprising chords and changes, which I think is really, really great.
Thank you.
It suits your style for sure.
Yeah, when I, like, a lot of times when I write, like, I'll do, like, lyrics are really my, like, I don't know, I'm going through different phases, but lyrics are kind of like where I put my.
Me too.
But, like, for whatever reason, the last months or so has been bored with 1-4-5s, and I want to change up my chord progressions. So what I was doing was I was writing a song, whatever, and I'd finish it, and then I'd go back and be like, what can I just tinker with the chords? Like, now that I have, like, the lyrics in the form, I can, like, mess with it inside that form. I feel like I'm, like, way organized when it comes to, like, I really, really like structure, and so I'm, like, bad at, like, free-form things.
Yeah.
So I go back, and I have a guy in Texas. His name is Ron Rost. Sometimes he tunes in, but he's my go-to guy, and I'm like, Ron, I need fancy chords. Here's my song, and he'll come back with, like, these things that I have to look up on the internet of, like, I don't know how to play this, and he'll be like, oh, this would sound cool, and this is why. I, like, learned how to, like, play a diminished 7 chord and, like, use it. I'm like, I've never used a diminished chord before. He's like, this is where it goes. Like, it's a nice transition from, like, a minor 3 to a minor 6 or something like that, and you stick it in between, and it makes it so no one can jam with you ever. But it sounds cool.
Unless you have a band that has scripted it and knows exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, there's, like, very little, like, what's the word? Like, improvisation going on. But it adds, like, nice color and kind of keeps the listener interested in a way that's like, oh, if I would have just gone to the 1 there, it would have been kind of... Yeah. But I do that post after, like, putting all the lyrics and concepts together.
You know, and I really like that because, you know, I think... I told you I've been writing the last few days. But one thing I love is, like, you just take a word, and you take a chord, and you just change the chords, you know, and you feel, how does this word fill with this chord, with this tone, with this, you know, it really, I mean, it can change a lot paints a different landscape for sure if you know, depending on how you order them and it's going, get it?
Okay, bye.
Yeah, depending on how you order them and you know, I'm beginning more to play with that, I think, a little bit too, but it's, I'm really
I've definitely edited in that way of, like moving, if I move words around, I'm like, hey, do the chords still make sense? Like, I had a song that it went to a minor chord because in all the verses, like, that line was kind of, like, darker, and I was like, oh, that makes sense, and then I move things around, I'm like, does minor chord still make sense? It doesn't make sense anymore, and so it's like, don't create drama. I mean, sometimes it's cool, but, like, in that moment, like, creating the drama of a minor chord wasn't necessary anymore, and so we, like, had to come, anyway, but like, it's piecing that prosody together, and toying with it, and really being choosing it instead of it being like an accident is kind of, we were talking about this beforehand too, of editing and over editing, so, like, I get to that point where I'm like, is it better or is it the same, or is it worse, or did I like just
have I
unraveled
tinkered too much, or is it perfect? No, I totally hear you on that. That's great. I really, really, really like that, and I think that extended metaphor was great. Worked really, really well for the idea at hand. Let's do this.
Doug Lane says, Andrew is the freaking best.
Oh, hi, Douglas.
Craig says, sounds great, man. Grant Anderson says, very cool, both of you. Kenneth, full of compliments, just generally.
Nice.
Janet's tuned in. Hi, Janet. How are you? This is cool. I like when people tune in and say nice things, and I know who's watching. So.
All these.
Now that I can read the comments, I had a lot of weeks where, like, the comments just wouldn't load, and so I was kind of a bummer because you, like, know people are there. The number pops up. But it's nice to have, like, dialogue.
Pleasant. No kidding. And I'm so, like, I'm bad at dialogue in general with real people, let alone, I mean, real people, but right in front of me, you know. But I love you all.
Yes, thank you guys for being here. And I know a lot of people will tune in afterwards, like when it's not live, and watch it. I know I get a lot of comments who, like, trickle in throughout the week and stuff, but it's really cool you guys take time to, if you made it this far in a live stream, like, good on you, and thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Sorry, I'm struggling with tuning here right now.
The sun went down and changed the temperature in the air.
Yep. Feels good up here, though.
That's perfect right now. Daddy, how are you doing? She's toned down since last week with Jordan Young. If anybody was watching that, I had to watch back the last... You tune into 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 20 seconds and watch that chunk. I'm going to post just that bit because she was like lost her mind. Was running around in circles, and I laughed so hard that I cried. It was so funny. Today she's just
so pretty. So I was kind of tossing between a couple songs here. I'll probably do this one that's on my album. I wrote another one. It's super, super sad. I just posted it the other day. But it's not one I want to play all the time because it's very, very, very heavy.
Yeah.
Very heavy topic, but one that does need attention. But we'll go with this one that I think is a little more universal for people. I think everybody has been interested in someone that is not interested in them, or that is
can relate
toyed along, right? Where they
Yeah.
kind of just put on the back burner, and they just keep kind of lead you along, but really have no intentions of,
Yeah.
fully hoping it works out for someone else for them, but not you. But you're there just in case. So
Yeah, like you're like a nice safety net. Like I
Yeah.
don't want to be alone, but
yeah,
I also like just
yeah.
biding my time.
So I'll invite them over every now and again, or whatever. But yeah, so I've had that a couple times in my life. But so I wrote this song about that. It's called "You Never Want to Hold Me in the Day." It's close enough. Well, your head gives you the red light, desire gives you green, 'cause you're terrified to love a man who loves you as you're seen. But I've loved you in your shadows past, I love you here today, and I'd love you through tomorrow if you'd have me, if you'd stay. But you want me like a cigarette when the timing's right, a backdoor alley rendezvous to feed your appetite. And you can't quite get the smell off, the cravings rack your brain, so you keep me in the nighttime like a habit you won't claim. Well, you never wanna hold me in the day, 'cause I guess I'm some pariah that you don't want to explain. So you hide me in a closet with the skeletons you made. Well, you never wanna hold me in the day. But your heart's a house divided, struggling to stand how the pieces are uneven, 'cause you love another man. And that feels just like a highway, a dusty desert trail. Will it send you straight to heaven? Will it lead you down to hell? Oh, you never wanna hold me in the day, 'cause I guess I'm some pariah that you don't want to explain. So you hide me in a closet with the skeletons you made. Oh, you never wanna hold me, so you put me on a shelf, and you leave a trail of crumbs and you give me just enough just to make sure I don't run. If by chance we're seen together, then you hang your head in shame, like I'm second class or worthless, like I somehow share the blame. Oh, you never wanna hold me in the day, 'cause I guess I'm some pariah that you don't want to explain. So you hide me in a closet with the skeletons you made. Oh, you never wanna hold me in the day. No, you never wanna hold me in the day. Thank you.
You're real good at like the whole show me, don't tell me part of songwriting.
Oh yeah.
The good image, just that's the whole cigarette comparison in the beginning. Well done.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I just like, I do not really fingerpick ever, and it just impresses me like that style of guitar playing. I'm like, I just can't.
You know, this next record, I'm trying to strum more because I fingerpick up. You know, I feel like, and John Prine's like my number one of all time. Fingerpicks mostly, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I'm like, you know, but it's a good strum changes the song. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's place for both, and so I'm working on trying to diversify with that, because I think I hear your strumming, and I'm like, that's great. Like, I need to, like, you know, so.
Because I think like what I miss out on not being able to fingerpick is like you have all these like really like these notes and almost like these little melodies within the chord that happen that by playing an F major, like I can't do much once I'm here. Like, this is where I'm at, and this is the chord you get.
Yeah.
Whereas like you have like this. I saw this. You're playing a D, and then you did you did this little like slide down thing, and I'm like I can't do that when I'm strumming. Anyway, this was cool. Like the little things that you can do in guitar picking, like when you're figuring I miss out on. So
sure.
Cool. That, and I don't have any lead guitar skills. Like I know you can strum and like throw in some like slidey thingy things, and I don't know how to do those things either. So that would help if I knew how to play guitar.
If I could play guitar, I would help you too. I just piddle with it. I don't really.
I'm gonna play the song that I haven't played in a really long time, and I had every intention of practicing earlier today, and I didn't. I think it's only 3 chords with the bridge, so I think I should be okay. But we'll see what happens. I wrote this a long time ago, and I don't know why. But I haven't played it on Happy Hour very much, so I'm like, maybe I'll just bust that out of the.
Try it out.
Out of the.
You're brave. I would forget my song. I wouldn't even.
I'm hoping that we're just gonna. I don't know.
Go with it.
Sometimes lately I feel like my learning and practicing thing has just been like osmosis strategy, where I'm just like, if I just like look at these music notes, I'll like know them after a while. And like I'm learning Spanish, and I'm like, if I just like look at this article in Spanish, I'll just understand it eventually. Like I think I actually have to do work.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna osmosis this song out of the filing cabinet. It's called Lorelei. In town with your sorority smile, you chased your makers with sprites. You oohed and you awed us all with your sweet Kentucky drawl. The girl about town overnight. The right thing the right clothes. You knew the right secrets to know. You bargained for trust, bought love so high. Everybody but you paid the price. Oh, Lorelei. Oh, Lorelei. Oh, won't you please tell me why? Oh, why? Burned all your bridges before you reached the other side. You hit the ground running while the ash was still falling. Oh, Lorelei. Nobody thought you were the crown that you forged, the warning you chose to ignore. You fed us cake, but it was ash in our mouths. You raised the flame, you brought it down. Oh, Lorelei. Oh, I remembered it. I'm so proud.
You know, I love that. I think with me, and I tell stories, so I have just a certain amount of time to cram in as much as I can with as little as possible, but as much as I can, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I love that you could take just something like "Oh Lorelei," it's perfect, and you just mess with the melody so that it totally changes the color of it. You know what I mean? Like that. I love that because that's not something my brain doesn't work like that right now in songwriting, right? I'm thinking like, hey, how do I tell this story, or this? But that told a story with so little words, but the melody colored it. I just really like that. I think that's super, and that's another thing to acknowledge in songwriting. A voice is an instrument. And if you're good with it, you know, it's like you can rip a solo, you can do this. Like, there are, you know, plenty of people like me that are singer-songwriters that we can write a song, but we're not primarily singers. You know what I mean? We do it because it's a delivery for the song. But like, some people are singers. You're a singer. Like, my wife Michelle is a singer. You know what I mean? And you can add that, and I just think that's great to be able to use that instrument on top of it all as well.
I like that. I like that analysis. That's
yes,
cool.
yes, that's true. Good job.
No,
Good work.
I like it. Thank you. Yeah, it's just funny. Like, that's an older song. I think that's one of the earlier songs that I wrote, and it's kind of funny because I just think about like how hard I work on songwriting now compared to when I wrote that song. And it's funny because I'm sitting there. I've been pulling out everything out of like the notebooks and the Google Drive and everything.
Old boneyard.
The old boneyard for this record project that I'm working on, to be like, is anything here that I've overlooked that I should look at? And as I was playing that, I'm like, you know, this song's not half bad.
Yes. No, it's great.
And I was like, there's some really cool images in here that back when I had never read a book about songwriting, before I'd been to a songwriting workshop, I was writing that kind of stuff, and I was like, you know what, sometimes ignorance is bliss.
No, it's true.
You just kind of go with it. But I'm like, it was nice, but it's...
Because at that point, it's heart at that point. Because when you start putting craft into it, you've got heart, but you have these tools to work with. Whereas before, it's all like running uphill, right? You're just really trying to figure out, okay, how do I want to do this? How do I do this?
Yeah, and like when I feel like writing early for me was like in the back of my mind, like I knew what the song was about, and I knew, I'm like, oh yeah, everything in this song makes sense. And so now I have the wherewithal to look at it and be like, okay, I can see how a listener would be like, and so in that way, it's kind of great to have learned those things, but at the same time, editor in the first draft, which is like, when I'm writing, I'm like, that's bad. I'm like, just write it. Just write it down and work on it later.
Get it out. Get it out. I find myself using a lot of placeholders. So, okay.
Which is good.
I know this is not the finished product, but it works.
Fine. I wish better at placeholders, because I can at least move forward, and like other stuff will gel if you can move on. But if you sit there and try to write the one perfect line for that one verse that you haven't even written the bridge or anything else yet, it's like, well, don't worry about it.
Yeah, we got hung up. I think the problem I had in the beginning was I had a lot of placeholders for the final product. You know what I mean? Like, this is...
Oh, yeah.
It fits, but, you know, so...
My approach was kind of like, I hope no one else notices.
Yeah, no kidding. that I really just kind of went half-assed on this, you know? Yeah,
and then you ask for, like, feedback, and they're like, oh, this line. I'm like, shit, I found it.
Yeah. No, it's true. And that's, I think feedback is important now as you become more confident in your songwriting. You're able to go, hey, this is where I'm at. What do you think? I'm a little hung up. Can you tell? I'm not going to tell you where. Just, you know. And let them look at it and they go, oh, you know, I think that's great, because to have friends and people that can be honest with you. You know, luckily I'm married to someone that's a songwriter, and I can be like, okay, does this make sense?
How nice is that?
So, I don't know, or that does, or I love that, or you know, maybe if you did this and it, oh, okay, and
that's so cool.
This is very helpful. You know.
Mel Soul is tuned in, and she said hi.
Hi, Mel.
How are you?
Mel, another person with a great instrument of a voice.
Oh, yeah.
She's such a great songwriter. We love you, Mel.
Yes.
I was in a contest with her in Provo. We were finalists. Her, and I remember just being blown away at how good, like just how the emotion that poured through her. Yeah. You know, like it was. Still makes me kind of tear up a little bit. Like she was just had a way. You know.
Yeah.
All right, this is an older one, but I'm gonna play it.
Great.
Because the other one I wanted to play, I don't think I'd remember the lyrics, so.
That happens.
Yeah. But another time. It's one of Michelle's favorite songs, and I'm like, tell her I can't play it. She's like, you wrote it. I'm like, I can't play it. I don't know the lyrics. I forgot it.
That's a thing. It's totally a thing.
Of course, I'm a little older, too, so. All right. This song's called Working Man's Mile. They tell me that this road reaches forever, and it stretches out beyond a Midwest style. They say red carpets for the stars, but for most that looks like Mars. Oh, I'm bound to walk the working man's mile. Oh, I'm bound to walk the working man's mile. I'm bound to walk the working man's mile. I'm slinging prayers today, but that this sunshine's here to stay. And I'm bound to walk the working man's mile. They tell me that my guitar is outdated. She's hurting for a brand new set of strings. They say she's broken and she's battered. Well, that hasn't really mattered. She's bound to help the working man sing. Well, she's bound to help the working man sing. Well, she's bound to help the working man sing. She's slaving at high noon, hoping that she stays in tune. And she's bound to help the working man sing. Number sweat, liquid toil, soaking through that rocky soil. Calloused hands, throat is dry. Never time to question why. They tell me that this fire's good for soothing, and it's got some magic deep inside its coals. They say gather kin and friends, maybe even make amends. Oh, it's bound to heal the working man's soul. Oh, it's bound to heal the working man's soul. Oh, it's bound to heal the working man's soul. It's burning to the sky, captivating every eye, and it's bound to heal the working man's soul.
Lovely.
Yeah.
All right, how are you feeling about for one more? Do you have like a song that you didn't get to that you really want to play? How you feeling?
No, I don't have a dying need to play anything if we don't have time.
Well, I mean, it's my yard. We do what we want. There's no time limit on this thing. So, should we do one more round?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll do. Does that mean I have to do 2 more? What did I just sign up for?
Yeah. You got 2 more. I got 1 more.
Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Good plan. All right. What am I gonna play? I'm gonna play this bluesy song that I like to play. This song, I don't really have a cool backstory for this song. It's just like a blues. This is kind of my thing if I have a song that's due, or like for a songwriting group or something, and I'm not really sure what to do, so I'll like write a 1-4-5 blues format, and that's kind of a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
And it's funny because those songs are so simple, and they end up being ones that stick with me, even though I'm like, oh, throw away, quick, write this song just to write something, and then I'm like, oh, well, that's fun to play.
They suit your voice for sure.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say that, because I am in this process right now. My homework this week for the record project is to kind of like come up with my hero albums, my albums that I really love, and like what I would want my record to like, what playlist that's going to go on. And so like thinking about like the blues influence that I have, and but folk still, trying to like find those, you know. So if you have a recommendation on an album I should listen to that like, you know, would be like my songs and then this album and then my songs and this album. So I'm all ears for production styles and recommendations and songwriting and arrangement and all that stuff. So to try and like bring that like bluesy
totally
feeling
understand
out,
it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anyway, but this song is on my EP, so this one's already been recorded, but it kind of came out with this very like kind of old school kind of like doo-wop feel to it, like with like some delay on like the guitar and stuff. Anyway, this is called I Do That Too. Never falter or let a false word pass on through. If you ask me, just love you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Baby, I If you need me to stay always by your side, I'd be the honey like the shore to your tide. If you need me just to love you, whoa, whoa, baby, I do that too. Yeah, you need me just to love you, whoa, whoa, baby, I do that too.
Yes.
Thank you.
I love it. You
So
could hear
good. Sweet.
I could hear the tremolo on the guitar. Yep, totally hear that. That's great.
You know about it.
Yeah, yeah. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
And, it's like sometimes in our quest for something new, like, oh, I want to do something that, I want to be different.
Yeah.
From that, well, pretty much everything's been written, it's just how do we put our own flavor on it, right? Like, and I think, like, you take an old bluesy doo-wop type thing and you flavor it with you know what I mean? And I think that's great, because sometimes I know I get too caught up in I got to do something that's different, but then I'm not. You can hear 3 or 4 artists in me, or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Like, as much as you're like, I wrote this cool song, someone's like, oh, that reminds me of so and so.
Yeah,
so
totally.
Like, it would sound like Sheryl Crow, and I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Not the first time I've heard that. Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
Oh, but I was laughing because so when you play at bars and stuff, you'll get people that are under the influence that'll come up and they'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Always have those people, and
It's really interesting.
I gotta love
Things
that.
happen.
Yeah, very. Well, I was laughing because I was getting, from some of them, they tell you who you sound like, right? And I want to start making a list. I had someone who was really drunk say Josh Groban one time. I started laughing. I was like, he can sing. Have you heard him? Like, another
no
person.
offense, but
Another person's like,
you don't really sound like Josh Groban.
you sound just like Kurt Cobain. I go, huh. Okay,
Was that in the same night? Because that would be amazing.
No, totally different. But it's just, Josh Groban, Kurt, I sound like neither of those people.
Oh.
But it's so funny that.
That's hilarious. I had this one night, I was playing it in Midway, and this is my favorite thing someone's ever said to me, because it was just so funny. And, like, he was kind of joking, but at the same time, the way he said it just made me laugh so hard. And he just goes, you're really good. And I've seen Michael Bublé, and you're really good. I'm like, that is the funniest compliment I've ever heard. And I've seen Michael Bublé.
You remind me of Michael McDonald.
Oh, funny times.
So this song.
Just the best song you've ever written.
No. Well,
No pressure.
Maybe. I don't know. No, this song for people who don't know, I was military for a number of years and went overseas and stuff, and I just really struggled coming home, and I think that led into questioning who I was and kind of how I was raised, what I believed, politically, socially, spiritually, all these things came into question, and post-traumatic stress just hit hard, and it still does plenty of times, but it was really, really bad. And then I had a buddy that, we came home with all our fingers and toes and everything, but he ended up taking his life after, and I remember just thinking how hard it was to process all that stuff, and then to try to go back in this normal society after you've been doing something that's completely not normal. Mm-hmm. And you start questioning everything. So I wrote this song trying to tackle some of those feelings. You know, get them out of me, but maybe hopefully someone could connect with, even if not military, just, you know, just a way to realize that you're not alone in feeling out of place, or feeling, you know, like you don't fit in, or you can, or there's fear, or whatever else, you know. I think it's part of the human condition. It happens, you know.
Totally.
But so I wrote this song, and I'm grappling with, you know, people, oh, thank you for your service and these things, and I just, what does that even mean? You know what I mean? Like, there were these deep questions. So I wrote this song, and it's called White Mache. Ooh. Woo!
Ooh.
Come on.
In the meantime, while he's tuning up, you can follow Andrew. I think we posted this on his page, but also on my page. Just look him up, Andrew Wiscombe Music. His website is in the description of the video, so you can go check out his music and his new album that came out in April. And he's about to go into the studio for a new record that he's going to make. And do you know when that's going to come out, or still TBD?
Yeah, I'm not putting anything on that right now. We're
yeah, things are weird. But
yeah.
Anyway, so he's gonna be making a new record. So if you want to follow his journey of making the new record and be the first to hear it, go follow his website and go check it out. And yeah.
Thank you.
And where all his live shows are gonna be and everything. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
If I ever update my calendar, I gotta get better at that.
Update your calendar. Maybe I'll just give out your phone number and you can text him and you can ask for information.
Came home soiled from a dirty war. Thought I knew just what I fought it for. Big brass bands and apple pie, and all the reasons seem so cut and dry. Overseas, a million miles away, through a million dusty, hard-fought days. Bombed out town, smoky skies, unshed tears have got me wondering why. Say this to the soul, please don't look too closely, oh, there's nothing left to show. I hang around where I once played, trying to fake it through the day. Never really worked out anyway. 'Cause it takes a fool to fall for roses made with white mache. Oh, it takes a fool to fall for roses made with white mache. And I've tried every job in this whole town. My aching mind refused to settle down. Friday took a hand grenade, spangled banner doled into a grave. Left home feeling more than 10 feet tall. Quite a long, hard way for one to fall. Friday took a hand grenade, spangled banner doled into a grave. They say this place I live is called a home, but it feels more like a prison. Feels so numb, it feels so cold. They tell me I'm a special one, to serve my country with a gun. So why do I still feel the need to run? No, I ain't a fool to fall for roses made with white mache. No, I ain't a fool to fall for roses made with white mache. They say that God forgives the man who tries, but they've never been to bad, never heard those mothers' cries. And when I lay me down to sleep, will he take my soul to keep, or will he cast me out into the deep? 'Cause he ain't a fool to fall for roses made with white mache. No, he ain't a fool to fall for roses made with white mache.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I have heard that song before, and that is just, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
I don't know how to follow that song.
It's, sad songs. That's,
I know. I was sitting.
They're easy to follow. Just play a happy one.
I was thinking, I'm like, I could either play a really dumb happy song or an also sad song.
Yeah, it's.
I feel like Daniel Young would be like, play the sad one.
He always says you can't go wrong with sad songs.
Yeah,
so.
he's like, bring it right down.
It's so funny because most of my tunes are pretty sad, but
we're folk singers.
Yeah, so that's what we do, right? And we're so sappy. But then you'll be playing somewhere, and I'll be like, oh, I'll play this because no one wants to hear another sad song. And Dan, and do you know Carl Carbonell?
I don't know him, no.
He's great, but they're always like, oh, we'll listen to sad songs all night. We like sad songs, but everyone else, no, play something happy.
Yeah, play Wagon Wheel.
I know, right? Oh my gosh! You drop $100 in my case, I will play Wagon Wheel.
Oh my God, it's the new Freebird.
Yep, it
Janet Meeson admits this. Hi, Andy. Heart emoji.
She's like my mother growing up, but her son was my best friend. She was like a mom to me growing up. So love you, Ma.
She says hi. Keith says he loves the deep stuff, so he's good for the sad things. Well, that being said, then I'm going to play a sad song.
Yes, please do.
I haven't played this one in a while either, because it's so sad. And, where do I caper this song? Anyway. I think it's here. Is it on 4 or is it on 5? Yeah, it's like if I go any higher, I won't be able to play it. Okay, great. Purposely didn't get a cutout on this guitar, and now I'm like, do I need? No, I don't need it. Okay, great. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to wrap things up, say thank you guys for being here and for coming to my house and playing music with me.
Thanks for inviting me. This was great.
Yeah, and cool. Follow us on the social media.
Yes, support Alicia doing this stuff, her own stuff. Check her out. Amazing.
But yeah, so this song I wrote, this came from a song prompt actually, but I wrote this song sitting next to the Green River. I was on my way home from Colorado, and I was camping by myself, and I was camped at the Green River campground in Dinosaur, and wrote this song that night. And the song is called Used to the Cold. Yep. Just another Tuesday night. The bills aren't paid. He yells at me like it's his job, and I take it all in stride. He cracks himself another beer. He says it helps keep his head clear, and I sit by the door. My shift starts at midnight. It Thank you.
Wow.
We're just
That's all I'm going to say, wow.
we're just gonna leave you guys on a low note. A real sad note. Thank you for being here for happy hour, everybody. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And next week, I think, unless something crazy happens by next Thursday, I'm going to have a recorded show with Daniel Young. And the week after that with Mindy Dillard. And the week after that with my dad. So that should be fun. And yeah, so tune in, guys, and take care of yourselves, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye. We can finish.